You can now build and price the second generation BRZ. 2022 Forester and Crosstrek production resumes in Japan. And the next generation of Subaru Eyesight might have AI and could be on the 2023 Outback. All that and more ahead on Subaru News. So you can now build and price your second generation BRZ, the new 2022 model, on Subaru's website. It just became live a few days ago, and I went and I priced out a limited and a premium just to see what it was about, see what options are available, and the pickings are very slim. If you want to have lots of choices in ordering a vehicle, this is not the vehicle to pick, because aside from your color, whether you wanted a limited or a premium trim, and if you want an automatic 6-speed or a manual 6-speed transmission, that's basically all you have to pick from on build and price for this new BRZ. You have no choice of interior materials or colors. You have no choice of wheel and tire. You have one set package for limited and one set package for premium with your choice of exterior paint color and transmission. There are several accessories that you can buy from Subaru and add to the price of the car, but that's basically it. I went and priced out a limited model. I picked a 6-speed manual, and I picked about $4,000 in accessories. I'll have it on the screen now. I picked some of the STI exterior styling stuff, the diffuser, the side skirts, rear spoiler, things of that nature, the little start-stop button that says STI on it, which is like $240, which is insane for a push-button ignition switch. So yeah, it's pushing about $35,500 for that model. Had I opted for an automatic transmission, that would have been $1,800 more, and that pushes the BRZ Limited loaded to close to $40,000. Had I selected all the accessories, I'm sure I probably could have gotten there, but a lot of them don't really make sense. A lot of the pet owner ones, I doubt many pet owners are going to be riding around their dog or other animals in their BRZ. That's more of an Outback Forester type thing. So I went and priced a premium as well. I didn't pick all the accessories because it really wasn't necessary, because they were the same as what there was going to be on the Limited. But I did notice this. I don't know if this is a fault in Subaru's website or if this is legitimate, but I'll put the screenshots up now. As you see on the premium model, to choose a 6-speed automatic transmission will cost you $1,600. But to choose an automatic transmission on a limited model, it's $1,800. Subaru is charging you a $200 premium for the same transmission on the limited package compared to the premium package. Is this legitimate? Is this a fluke? Is it something wrong on the website? It could be possible. It also very well could be possible that Subaru is adding a $200 premium for an automatic and a limited model. Either way, what do we think of the new BRZ? I'm not really sold on the styling. It looks too much like Toyota's hand is in there. The little turn downs at the headlights and the funky tail lights. It just doesn't really say Subaru styling to me. I was kind of critical of it when it was first announced, and I'm still not having it grow on me. I'm not digging the styling of this new BRZ. Now, that said, the BRZ, $40,000, pushing $40,000 for a limited. That's a lot of money for something that was meant to, when it first came out, to be a lightweight, naturally aspirated, really good handling sports car. They've added weight. The original BRZ, first generation, was around 2,700 pounds. The new one is pushing 2,900 pounds. We went from a 2-liter that made 200 horsepower to a 2.4 that's only given us an extra 28 horsepower or so. Now, there was a 205 option. I think that was on the TS or the STI Sport trim of the BRZ, but the 5 horsepower is negligible. So we do get about a 20 horsepower bump, but we do gain 150 pounds or so. So what do you guys think of the 2022 BRZ? Is it worth getting? Were you looking at getting it? Do you think that the BRZ is kind of already shifting away from what its original intentions were as a lightweight, good handling, naturally aspirated, high revving car? Let me know what you think. So 2022 Crosstrek and the new facelifted Forester production has restarted in Japan today, September 23rd. Subaru shut down the plant for 12 days earlier in September. and that has come to a loss of about 60,000 vehicles not being produced in that time frame. The shutdown, of course, was due to the global chip shortage. Subaru shut down 2 plants in Japan for production and their engine transmission plant. The Lafayette, Indiana plant continued production, but they are producing different vehicles than the Japanese plants are. So if you are in the market for a 2022 Forester or Crosstrek, be warned that dealer inventory will be extremely low if they are able to get any in. Estimates show that they probably won't have any inventory in on the 2022 models until November at the very earliest, and most conservative estimates say that we probably won't see the 2022 models until we are in year 2022. So it could be January or February before these models finally get out of Japan and get to the US. So if you want to custom order a 2022, you're going to be waiting a lot longer. A lot of you probably were going to grab whatever you can get a hold of if you were dead set on getting a 2022 model for Crosstrek Forester. So just be warned, if you're in the market, we're back under production, but it's going to be quite a while before you see them here in the US and on dealer lots. And rounding out today's video, the next generation of Eyesight with artificial intelligence could be right around the corner. We could see it as soon as the 2023 Outback when they do the model refresh. This new Eyesight integrates artificial intelligence and adds a lot of automation and a lot more than the original Eyesight collision avoidance system had in it. Still, we'll be using the stereo cameras at the windshield, but it will also be including front, rear, and side view cameras as well. This new Eyesight is going to add a lot of extra features. Some of you may love, some of you may hate, or some of you are just going to be on the fence about. Some of these new Eyesight features include advanced adaptive cruise control with automatic lane centering, emergency lane keep assist, speed sign recognition with automated intelligent speed limiting, lane departure warnings with wheel shake vibration, lane departure prevention with the cameras actually able to detect the edge of the roadway or grass at the edge of the roadway to help maintain lane, advanced pre-collision braking with advancements in intersection navigation, reverse auto braking, rear vehicle detection, rear seat reminders for all you absent-minded parents that just happen to leave your kids in the back seat of the car, and multi-view monitoring with front, rear, and side views. So I don't know about you guys, but this seems like it's getting a little too intrusive with the autonomous controls. So I have personally only owned one Subaru vehicle with Eyesight. That was a 2014 Outback 3.6R Limited, and I was not a big fan of it. It was one of the reasons why I sold it after about 6 to 8 months of ownership. There was no other issues with the car, I just did not like the intrusiveness of the Eyesight system. There was one particular instance where the Eyesight system did help me out. It did avoid a collision, but with the automatic braking. But there were several instances and headaches from that system not working as it should that outweighed that one time that the automatic braking saved me. Case in point, anytime that the cameras that are in the windshield, the stereo cameras, are unable to see clearly, whether it be rainstorm, whether it be fog on the window, whether it be ice or snow buildup on the top of the windshield, whether it be just late afternoon driving with a low sunset glaring against the windshield. If the Eyesight cameras cannot see the road ahead, it will disable the system. And when it disables the system, you can't use your cruise control, which is an aggravation. I can understand the fact of not wanting to use cruise control during heavy rainfall, during foggy conditions, but simply driving in the afternoon sun does not warrant me not being able to use my cruise control. So there were those issues. I also had issues with the automatic braking feature. There was one particular section of road where the road splits at a fork. There's an island, and in the middle of that island is a large road sign. You have to veer off to the left of the road sign and cross over a 2-lane road. and you are coming across traffic and you have to yield to that traffic. Several incidences of coming up to that island and going to the left where I started to go out across and the automatic braking feature activated due to that road sign, thinking I was about to collide with something. Luckily, I never had an accident, never had a near collision with a vehicle, but it could have happened and it was quite aggravating. Now, I know you can turn eyesight off, but then you've got all these warning lights on your dash, and it's another aggravation I don't like to see. Maybe I'm just picky, but that's my personal opinion and my personal experience with the Eyesight system. I was not very happy about Subaru putting Eyesight across the board on all vehicles in 2019 with no option to not order a non-Eyesight equipped vehicle. Now with that said, what do you guys think about the new advancements to this Eyesight next generation? I think a little bit of it is too intrusive for my liking. I wasn't a real big fan of the original Eyesight system, so adding more control to the vehicle and more automation is something I really don't like to see personally. Now, the automatic speed sign recognition and intelligent speed limiting. You parents with teenage drivers, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking that's going to be a great feature to add in, and it will be for those teenage drivers. But for us adults, I think it's a little bit too much of a nanny system for responsible adults. How many of us actually drive 55 mile an hour on a highway that's 55 mile an hour? Not many of us, I'm sure. Most of us are going 58 or 60 or more. It seems that speeding has had an uptick in the last couple years, at least around where I'm at. So again, my personal opinion is I'm not a fan of it, and I really don't want it on the vehicle. But hopefully you'll be able to turn these systems off. What are you guys' thoughts? Again, I ask, leave it in the comments. What do you think about this next generation Eyesight? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it something that you would want in a car? Is it something you don't want on a car? It looks like the way that technology and artificial intelligence is advancing, that this will be more and more commonplace on vehicles now and in the future to just add more and more and more on as we go. Again, I guess I'll stick with my 2002 LL Bean Outback with 300,000 miles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.